I always say Ziggy's my best editor. He will let me know, just from my very intimate knowledge of him, what works for him and what doesn't, how he would react and everything else. I love the whole idea now of the creative process, where it comes from. You know, what is inspiration really? You know, it's this nebulous term we throw around. It means in spirit.
Yeah, I know. It means to breathe spirit.
Mm-hmm. And I think inspired creations have to come from a passion somewhere. I mean, it's why some of the most beautiful songs are written from a very passionate place in the songwriter's life. I think passion and inspiration go hand in hand. It's the most inspired cartoon characters, Ziggy, I count among them, basically are just looking around for some dumb guy who can draw and bring him to life. I just happened to be there at the right time in the right place. The book itself kind of had a life of its own. It never started out to be a book. A lot of what is in this book is very raw material, raw stuff from a very raw place in my life when I had gone through some very traumatic experiences with the loss of a loved one. Basically, it turned out to be so much more about a book about relationships, major relationships, and how they affect us and how they come back to help us later on. It started to dictate to me that there's a whole series of processes that work in our life here, not just a process of grief, but a whole process that we go through unbeknownst to us subsurface as we go and meet people, and they have an effect, and sometimes we forget it. The messages, the help, the saviors that we're looking for, and the superheroes, as well as the miracles, don't ever come in the way we expect. A miracle is a process. Life is a process. Even grief, I've found, as awful as it is to go through, and because we associate it with some terrible thing in our life, we think it's terrible too. It's a gift in a sense, and it is a gift that, you know, we never expected.